Hey guys, Sterling with Anime Bar here, and earlier this morning I posted a video in regards to the newly revealed original Gotei 13 captains. And in that video, I just reacted to the character designs and the Zanpakuto designs. But in this video, I want to tell you guys how massive of a deal that this actually is. Kubo didn't draw this by coincidence. I truly believe that this is heavy foreshadowing for what's to come next. What you have to keep in mind about all these captains is they're extremely powerful. They're probably the strongest Gotei 13 in history, and they're all deceased, which means they're all in hell right now, due to the ceremony that all the Soul Reapers have for their fallen comrades. With Kubo reintroducing hell to the latest manga chapter, this image here, if I was a betting man, I would say is related to that in Kubo's new ideas going forward. If these guys were to revive and be enemies of the Soul Society, they very well could be a bigger threat than Yuha and the Quincy Army. Yes, I said that because these guys are century old captains that have been in hell. Who knows what kind of amp you get from that? And who all have mastered Bankais, I'm sure. And let's not forget, it's not just these captains that are in hell. All the fallen captains in all the history of the Seirete have been damned to hell. And the Soul Reapers I don't even think they realize it. Obviously they don't, or they wouldn't keep doing that ritual. Anyways, what I'm getting at is it's pretty obvious that hell is going to be the new problem in Bleach. It's going to be what our heroes have to take on. The inhabitants of hell, which just happen to be some of their fallen comrades. I mean, guys, I just can't stress to you how huge this is for Bleach and the Bleach return. Like, this is kind of like a Bleach renaissance. You know, in 2014, maybe 2013, Dragon Ball had its huge renaissance. Well, now this is Bleach's, and like, they're gonna capitalize off of, I believe, everything they can. Kubo's health is pretty good right now. He's been heavily involved in the anime. So I truly believe he is getting into his bag and bringing out new ideas. I mean, like I said in that last video, the fact that he can still kick out these amazing character designs at this point in the story is wild. We could very well end up even getting a prequel of what these guys were up to 1,000 years ago. We could see the original Blood War with the Quincy's. Can you imagine that? Individual fleshed out fights for all these original captains, getting backstories for them, getting to see Unohana and Yamamoto in their prime. Oh, even if they went that route, that would be splendid. So with the reveal of these guys, like, you can't go wrong either way you take it, whether you want to do a prequel or a sequel. Because like I said, these guys are in hell. They're extremely strong captains. They all have Bankai, and they're all probably going to get some sort of hell amp, I would imagine. When it comes to the character designs of all these captains, like I said, they're great. I mean, I cannot rave enough about how awesome these character designs are. We all just got to witness how strong Yamamoto actually was in that fight against fake Yuha, and how extremely powerful his Bankai is. So just imagine a Yamamoto in his prime leading this group of captains. Like I said, it was said that these captains were all ruthless criminals, thugs, outsiders, but they all possess such powerful abilities that Yamamoto grouped them together, and under his control alone, his power alone, he was able to, like, these 13 criminals, thugs, were able to get along and actually fight for somewhat of a version of justice back then. They definitely weren't going to let Yuha win, that's for sure. And they were successful in taking down Yuha and his army the first time. These guys were responsible for taking them down. I'd love to see the newest version of the Gotei 13 have to battle the oldest version of the Gotei 13. Like I said, it could be their most formidable threat to date, and that's saying a lot because Yuha decimated the Soul Society and almost destroyed everything. Hueco Mundo, the Living World, and Soul Society. Another side note I've been thinking about is there's 14 people in this picture. So, and we know every captain has a lieutenant. I wonder what the lieutenants of old are going to look like. I mean, they would have to be up there in power to even be able to stand aside these guys. There's a few of these characters in here that seem they're not wearing Captain Hioris, so it's hard to tell whether, like, which one's the outsider, number 14, which one's the lieutenant. But if we actually got a manga or an anime with these guys and it all got fleshed out, I think there could be some great storytelling. We definitely know a Hell arc is coming at some point. And like I said, if I was a betting man, I would almost guarantee that some of these characters are going to be in it. I just have a very hard time believing that Kubo just drew this for fun. As Bleach fans, we've been asking for a lot of different things. So the fact that he chose to illustrate these guys to us, I think it's really telling, and I'm extremely excited for the future of Bleach. Like I said, Bleach being back, it's almost surreal. Like, we possibly have a continuation of the manga, the 1,000-Year Blood War arcs finally getting animated. We have drawings like this coming out. Bleach Brave Souls is extremely possible. Bleach is taking the world by storm once again and finally getting the respect it deserves. I've been looking really hard at this picture, trying to figure out like which one's the Kuchiki representation for the Kuchiki family, and I can't tell. Who knows if there even was one to begin with, you know what I mean? Which begs another question, are these guys relatives of current captains or captains that we're familiar with? This photo does actually leave us with more questions than answers. But I feel it's just the tip of a Bleach iceberg that's to come. Kubo really, really dug deep into his bag this time with these amazing character designs. And I want to talk about Bleach. That's why Anime Bar was created. I want to talk about anime in general, but Bleach being back and it being a big part of my life right now, I want to talk about Bleach. That's why I make these videos. So I'd love to, in the comments below, get the discussion going about these captains. Get the discussion going about what's to come. Are we going to get a sequel? Are we going to get a story involving these guys reviving from hell and our heroes, our favorite characters, having to take them on in battle? Oh man, I hope so. All of this is just speculation at this point, but like I said, Kubo does nothing on just coincidence alone. I truly think that these guys very well may be the next villains of Bleach. What do you guys think? What do you want to see? Tell me in the comments below, share this video with your friends, and be on the lookout for future videos.